So I said I was going to do this in my private speed paints, well, I had it done at some point, and I really do like the outcome of this, though some things could be better. So this is my speed paint for Obit. These are just like all the characters and their emotes, or some of the emotes that they use less regularly. Some of them, they use these emotes a lot of times. I don't know how to describe it, but like some of these ones are really uncommon, and the other ones are like really common for the character to like express. Like some of these expressions you can almost always see the character wearing, or some of them you really can't find them wearing throughout the series. So I'm just going to give a really quick summary about all of the characters, because I don't really have that much time. I've already talked about Andix, so I'm probably not going to include her in this. And I didn't draw Toru in this because she's not like one of the main characters that I'm just trying on the main characters right now, or the characters that are probably going to pop up most in the series if I ever do make this a comic. Alright, so the first character is Yurei. He's the character in the middle, and so Yurei is like the protagonist. He's living in a graveyard, for one thing. Kind of weird. And well, he's really good at a lot of things. Like, he's really athletic, but he skips a lot of classes and has a lot of hiding places. Also, side note, he can talk to ghosts, and ghosts can talk back. That's essentially him. I don't think there's much else to tell, or like, I don't have that much figured out, or like, you know, I do have that much figured out, I just don't want to talk about it. Basically, that's going to be it, because everything else I just don't want to talk about or don't have time to talk about. Next character, I think, is like, I guess you can go around in a circle, starting with Bori, which is the blue dude with the moose antlers. I guess he's kind of like the main antagonist, but like, he's really nice. Just so you know, like, the one reason why he doesn't really like Yurei is because, well, Yurei was mean to him first. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but he wanted to be his friend, and, well, you know, Yurei just thought that he was just another bully, and he ended up being another bully because Yurei was mean first. They're not, like, actually trying to be mean without even getting to know him. And then he has his friend Yoku, who kind of reminds me of, like, some type of dragon when his colors are all done. He's essentially, like, I guess the one way to describe it is that he's really respectful of women, and he's always been taught, like, okay, you need to respect women, like, if anything else, respect women. So he gets into a lot of fights, but usually they're with guys who are like bullying other girls, or like bullying his friends, or bullying just people who are mean he gets into fights with. And so he seems very intimidating and scary to Yurei, which is not exactly what he wants, but yeah. Next is Indy. Indy is actually Tioku's crush, and Indy is probably like one of my favorite characters. I don't know. She doesn't come until really late in the series. We don't see her until like half of the series is almost done, and I haven't even written out their character interactions just yet. She has gone through some stuff which has led her to take on kickboxing as a hobby, and she's really strong. She can hold her own, and she's also a library aide. I think I randomly just decided that while writing this story. She kind of helps Lyra get back on his feet after something happens, which I'm not going to talk about because it's kind of spoilers if I ever want to make this into like an actual story or webtoon or something like that. I guess to some degree she's like, well, she doesn't really care about rumors or who's popular or who's not, so that's why she's perfectly fine with just talking to Yurei and everything like that. And then we have Sagiri, who is also, again, Yurei's friend. My original design for him was really nice and really cute, and then every single time after that I've drawn him or tried to draw him, he just turns out less and less cute and like less and less like how I originally drew him. I don't know how to describe it, but I just like him less and less. So next thing, he's kind of like, he's friends with Bori and Yoku, and he knows that they can be sweet and that they would also probably make really good friends to Yurei if they tried, but Yurei's done so many things to them and they've done so many things to him to the point where they're not willing to become friends. They're not willing to accept that each other are friends and can be friends, etc. I mean, he's really trying. There's that. He's like one of those people who are very lovable. Like, I have a friend who no one can hate her. Everyone that she meets instantly becomes her friend, instantly likes her. Like, there's no way you can hate her. And so this is kind of like my character version of her. He's very lovable, and he was also in Yurei's spot before, like, he was kind of bullied. I don't know how to describe it. So next is Dia, and Dia is friends with the other girl who is also red. Her color palette was extremely easy to figure out because I had an idea and I just decided to brainstorm a bunch of colors, and eventually I got to that idea. She reminds me of an apple. She's really sweet. She has to work in a minute cafe. I decided that when I was drawing her normal art, and I was like, why is she wearing an apron again? And I was like, you know what? It was supposed to be overalls, now it's an apron, and now it's just gonna be her part-time job. She's just like really nice, and in the beginning, she does kind of like, not really bully, but like make fun of and tease Yurei, and then she feels really bad about it. Like, she's not trying to do it on purpose, she's just trying to like make him feel more like a person, but in a way, her trying to make him feel like a person is also hurting him too. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't think that comes across as right. I don't think that comes across, or like that message is clear when I did write the story out, or when I was writing that part of the story out. Bori and Yurei both like her. The next one, I believe, is Lyra. I don't think I included any other characters. I think that's it, yeah. So next character is Lyra. She's Dia's best friend, and she kind of likes Bori, but like would support their relationship if Bori and Dia got together, and it's like, she's nice to some people, but she's very fierce. She learned from a young age that it's not worth it to be a doormat, that she should be like meaner, and I guess she was kind of like one of those girls who, they were really nerdy when they were young, but then they finally like got their spirit in like 3rd grade or something, like really early on, and they found themselves, and now they're mean, because if they're mean and fierce looking, then people won't bother them, they won't bully them, and she's just like one of those girls who like is really fiery and sassy and like a spitfire. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, she's basically that. And to some degree, she does kind of make fun of Yurei. Like, she's not trying to, it's just like in her nature to be mean to everybody that she meets. Like, she's made it a habit and kind of like a subconscious and like a unconscious attitude towards people to figure out what their most painful insecurities are and exploit them. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Out of all of these characters, her color palette was the worst to figure out, because I had no clear idea of how I wanted to go through with that. I think Yoku's color palette is the one that I'm most happy with. Yurei was probably the hardest to translate his colors. Like, I knew what I wanted to do for his colors, but like a lot of them were just really close together because it's all just gray. And I think his eyes were originally supposed to be gray as well, but it ended up not translating well with the like slightly purple ones. We're picking up where we left, off and on again. We never quite could forget, 'cause what we got so